Giants Sports Talk Live, brought to you by Lefties in Burlingame. Visit Lefties for all of your Giants collecting needs. By GenesisGoldIRA.com, signatures for soldiers. Duxwell Printing, for all of your printing needs in the Bay Area. Visit Duxwell Printing at 37 Wentworth Place in San Francisco. And by BetterCreditCards.com, for the best credit card choice for you. Visit BetterCreditCards.com. Covering the San Francisco Giants nightly. Online, we are Giant Sports Talk Live. Now, back to Eric and Glenn.
Welcome into Giant Sports Talk Live, Wednesday, August 13th. We've had a chance to, for some of you, calm down a bit. For me, get a little worked up. 11-1. Padres end up with a sweep of the series. A series we had to win at least one. Nope. Got a sweep. Padres leave town, winning the series, sweeping the series. My God. What do you want me to say on the show tonight, guys? You want me to talk about the Giants losing 13 of 14 over at Oracle Park, heading into what's going to be a tough series? They got to be able to win one at Tampa, against Tampa, right, over at Oracle this weekend. But they've won just one of their last 14 at Oracle Park. Hard to believe. I told you guys for months and months on end, this is a 500 baseball team. Glenn doesn't know what the hell he's talking about. They're 59 and 62. 59 and 62. We fall further and further and further in the hole. Oh my God, 11-1. Are you kidding me? Is it sucked that bad? Oh, Kaiwei Tang, he's going to save the day. Kaiwei who? It's more like Highway Tang. Get him out of here. And I haven't even gotten to the nasty stuff yet. All coming up tonight, Giant Sports Talk Live.
And now, Giant Sports Talk Live. Here are your hosts, Eric and Glenn.
All right, no music, no fanfare. Why would we start this kind of a show with fanfare and music and, do the cha-cha when this team goes out there and absolutely stinks, sucks? People are still texting me. Oh, here's a good one. What the hell was today about? Well, that's a good question. Short, sweet. We're going to talk about it tonight on Giant Sports Talk Live. Eric, I don't think Eric's coming back until we win a game. So we may see him early October. I'm not sure. Let's hope we're in the playoffs by then. Who knows when Eric's going to return? He is not a happy camper. But the show must go on. Giant Sports Talk Live, brought to you in part by Duxwell Printing for all your printing needs in the Bay Area. So did you see the game? Many of you had a great excuse today. And that excuse is, I had to work for a living. So you kind of got off light today. You didn't have to put up with this excuse for a product. I didn't go to the game today, which was actually good. I had paperwork. I had actual work to do. I had to skip out to the post office this morning around noon. Got some envelopes, some stationery, some stuff for work. Then I had to go mail said mail a bit later on. It was about the fifth inning when all of a sudden it was like the running of the bulls. I was being stampeded by orange and black. I'm okay. It was just a Giants fan. And another one. All hell breaking loose because they all left around the fifth inning. Place was pretty much empty, I suppose, at that point. I yelled out to a few of them. I kind of heckled. What's the score now? Have they scored 10? Yep. So there you go. 11-1, the final score. Did you see? Now, I don't know who to pick on. I don't know what to do first. Why don't I go to JB right off the bat? JB, after an 11 to one loss today and a sweep at the hands of San Diego. JB, thanks for the $5. And what say you? Well, there you go. Time to wave the white hanky. I've been in the foxhole and I ain't coming out. Eric has been, I tell you what, he's been Mr. Opportunity for a lot of these guys. Give him a chance. We'll rebound. Kai Tang looked great in his last outing. But my God, I got to agree, JP. It's been a couple of weeks for me. I said, this is pretty much in the tank. And what is the reasoning? What do you guys think is the reason for all this? I just don't get it. Justin was on the show with me last night. Yeah, he's over in the eastern U.S., and he thought with Kai Tang on the hill, could be a sweep. Could be. So he was right. I thought it would be a sweep. I didn't have much faith in Kai Tang. Robert Rothberg's on the missing list. We just got swept, so at least I'm sure we'll have Hiroku dropping by today. Anyway, yeah, people were leaving the ballpark early today. It was over before the cry. 7 runs in the opening couple of innings. I'd love to hear your thoughts on what we're going to do, how we're going to, is there a chance to even salvage this thing? Eric, Eric's fed up, and I can't blame him. He says, we start winning ball games, I'll come back and I'll make an appearance. Is he a little too embarrassed to show up? Support the team? I almost am. Look, guys, we're on here, and I'm always the one who calls a spade. But I mean, at the end of the day, what do you want me to say? What do you want me to say? Team sucks. The team can't hit. The team can't score runs. I'm watching other channels that are, give it time. Play the young guys, which I have said it would be a great idea. But then in one breath saying, Wilmer, you got to get him out of here. Get Wilmer out of here. And then saying, you got to have the guys on the field who are getting the job done. Well, that was Wilmer Flores. Until they had to start screwing around like Giants baseball does and chase wins. Well, we can sit Wilmer and move this guy up batting from 8th. Oh, he had a good game. We'll bat him 2nd. It's just a continual. It's like a tornado comes in, blows in, and stirs shit up. That's what it does. It's stirring shit up. You climb up the standings, whoop, you slide down. It's like a shitty rope. You get up so far, you can slide right down, covered in shit. I'm telling you. I don't know if you can tell. I'm a frustrated fan tonight. It's going to be, it's either going to be a long show or a short show. Good news is the Valkyrie won again today on the road. They beat Washington. It was a nail biter. They were up by 18. They won by a total of 5. 88-83 was the final. Good game for Veronica Burton. I know a few Veronica Burton fans who are here in our studio audience, right?
Yeah.
There you go. Let's see. StreamYard is our host platform tonight. Giant Sports Talk Live. Not going to waste any time. What the hell? Maybe the Mets are doing better than us. Can't be doing any worse. How you doing, Armand? You hate your team. How do you think we feel? I'm having Eric won't even show up anymore.
I hate my fucking team.
You hate your team. How do you think we feel? I'm thinking of officially, Eric doesn't know this, but I think I'm going to change the name of the show. Tomorrow's an off day. We can regroup, come back Friday. How does this sound? Valkyries Sports Talk Live.
Sounds beautiful.
Doesn't it? Well, at least we'll be talking about a winning team, a team that looks like it's going to the playoffs. Oh, my God. I don't know if you saw how bad it was for us today. Armand, 11-1. What about your Mets today? I didn't even get a chance to look at the out-of-town scoreboard.
They were up 6-0, after 2 innings.
Oh, that's good. Oh, so you won.
No. Oh, there was a rain delay. The game didn't start till 8:45.
All right.
David Peterson, who's been our best pitcher, who's the only starting pitcher that's gone past 6 innings, today has a complete meltdown in the 4th inning. And by the way, the 4th inning has been our starting pitching's nightmare. But today, up 6-0 between David Peterson and Reed Garrett, they give up the lead 9-6. And right now it's 11-6 going into the 7th. The Braves lead.
Well, you got something in common with us. We gave up 11 today, but your game's only the mid. They just went to the bottom of the 7th. They're singing, "Take me out to the ball game." The only problem is people aren't arriving. People are going home.
Yes.
People are going home in Flushing tonight. They're heading home early like the fans did here. My God, Armand, this is the worst time of the year to be a baseball fan if your team's not doing well, my friend.
And the Reds won today. And, some fans are like, some Mets fans are still believing in the division. But now, because the Reds won today, we lose this game, the Reds will be 1 game back of the 3rd wild card spot. The Mets are not a playoff team. With the starting pitching imploding and not getting past 5 innings, or even getting to 5 innings, the bullpen being taxed day after day, the Mets are not a playoff team.
You think
I'm going to say this: the Mets will not make the playoffs.
Anthony, what are you doing?
That's my prediction.
Just sitting here watching the stream.
Yeah.
And I want to give my thoughts on the game today. The way I look at it, this roster needs a revamp, and Bob Melvin, Pat Burrow, and whoever else has defensive duties needs to be fired.
Now or at the end of the year?
Now. Tomorrow.
Tomorrow. All you mean like
Yeah.
Today in the 2nd inning. How about that?
Yeah, today in the 2nd inning. I'm done with it.
Yeah.
This cannot continue.
Where's the problem? Eric gave up. I think Eric gave up. I'm trying to we're keeping him in a straitjacket in a little white room. We're trying to calm him down and get him back for Friday night. Off day tomorrow, no show. Thank God for that. But we hope to regroup Friday, get him back in, turn this thing around. What does it take? Well, where's this going south, Anthony?
I think it's gone south. Like it gone south. Like I think of a couple months ago. Like you've seen it teetering on the edge where the offense is starting to struggle, and then they started making defensive mistakes, and then Bob Melvin's just his in-game decision making. Like it's gone completely downhill.
You don't have to agree with me. I just kind of host the show. I let you guys do a lot of the talking. Well, I do a lot of talking too. That's what my wife says. But I was watching another show, and they're like, "Get Wilmer the hell out of here. He can't produce," And then they said, "Got to have the guys on the field who produce." Wilmer was producing, and for me personally, as a Wilmer guy, and I backed him. I backed the guy, and he was playing well. But Anthony and Armand, I know you watch a lot of Giants now that you've fallen in love with our show and these handsome hosts. Appreciate that. But guys, why did the San Francisco Giants have to go messing things up that aren't broken? Wilmer was producing. Oh, we're going to sit him on the bench this week. They start screwing around, and I hate that the most about this team. This goes back to this was prevalent in the Farhan Zaidi era. Yeah, let's play lefty, righty, and who's hot and who's not. Just play the best players. Don't you agree?
Yes, you got to play the best players, and it's like you're messing with team chemistry, and then you got Bob day after day. It's like, oh, I don't know what to do. I'll fix it tomorrow. Nothing's getting fixed.
That's right. Armand, you're a new. Anthony Armand Anthony. It's introductions here tonight. Armand, what's going on with your? We see what's going on. We're a Giants shit show live channel. What is going wrong with the Mets, my friend?
Well, first, it was the offense, the runners in scoring position. That's been the whole problem the whole year. The starting pitching was tremendous at the first half of the season. 4 of our starters in May had sub-3 ERAs. Now they can't even get out of the 4th inning. They are just abysmal. And the way this is going, they are not going to make the playoffs. I firmly believe that they're not a playoff team. They will not make the playoffs. The Reds will take the 3rd wild card spot from us.
Do you think either of the Mets or the Giants are even going to be in the running down the stretch? Are we going to have something to watch down the stretch and fall short, or do you think this is going backwards?
I'll say this: Saturday, the Mets are going to call up one of their top young starting pitchers, and Nolan McLean, who's going to get the start on Saturday. Thank God. So that's going to give me something to watch for. To hopefully he pitches the rest of the way down the stretch, and hopefully he could take a rotation spot next year for the next season.
Well, let me ask you, Armand, as a Mets fan, you're talking about bringing up young guys at this point. Is that a sign that they are waving the white flag a little bit? You're starting to bring guys up, give them a shot, or is it by necessity? Where do they stand on?
It's by necessity because the other starters can't get past the fourth inning. They can't. You're attacking the bullpen.
My God.
Clay Holmes was bad yesterday. Lucky we put up 13 runs. Remember, he was a reliever converted to starter this year. Last year, he only pitched 70 innings out of the bullpen, so he passed that by the All-Star break this year.
Yeah.
So since then, his walks that killed him last year are the same thing that has killed him the second half of the season. He's walking too many guys. He's too inconsistent. But he's gone past. He's over 100 innings pitched. When you've been a reliever and only getting 70 innings a year, and then the first year you go to being back to a starter, which you haven't been since your minor league years. I thought they should have, at the All-Star break, they should have called up one of these kids or taken a guy like Paul Blackburn, who stinks, and piggybacked him with Clay Holmes and just made Clay Holmes a 3 to 5 inning starter for the rest of the year to limit his innings and,
I got another question for Anthony. Anthony was talking about chemistry, team chemistry. Anthony, they just kind of, I call it breaking up the bullpen. I mean, they just traded their closer and they got rid of a guy who I thought has been for the most part lights out. I had him in the fantasy league, and that's Tyler Rogers. Do you think they made a mistake cutting loose 2 relievers?
I don't. Maybe they did make a mistake, but I can see why they did it because it's like Duvall's been inconsistent, and Rogers was a free agent, and I guess Buster in the front office figured they'd get a little bit of value back for him, so they ended up trading them.
So my question is, what value do they get back?
Let's see. I mean, Budo seems solid, but I don't know about Gilbert or Rodriguez down in the minors. But I mean, they figured they'd get some prospects back, maybe some couple solid guys. Figured they could help them out this year, but it's not working.
I tell you, I don't know about you, Anthony. I am frustrated, man. This is.
I am too.
The only guy who brightens up my day. Oh, he's gone. That's okay. Well, you know what? One more won't hurt. Get him in for a few minutes. Justin, you called it last night. Sweep.
I hate being right.
You were right.
I really do. I hate being right because you know what? No, I love being right.
Make up your mind. Okay, I'll tell you what. You make up your mind. I'll bring you back in a minute. See, I gave him lots. He was in our green room for 5 minutes. He was in the green room. I gave him plenty of time to think about it. Now, somebody brought it. This might be the quote of the day. I'm talking about, they broke up. Armand, you were here. You spent the afternoon with Eric, and he was all excited. We're making some moves. It's going to be a great second half. This is a great point. You don't need to close it when you're losing 11-1 games.
Yeah, it's same with the Mets. Like we can't have a lead. We haven't had a lead. Recently Tyler Rogers hasn't been used. Because we've either blown games or we've blown out games. Like yesterday, we didn't use Tyler Rogers.
Yeah. I'm waiting for Robbie DeVille to come in. Robbie's got to come in and tell me what he thinks of this because he's the only guy who can kind of set me straight. He's over there at the games. Anthony, where are you from, Anthony? You ever go to the games?
No, but I'm down in Bakersfield, so.
All right. Yeah, I was going to go over today, but I had others. You know what? Anything was more pressing than going today. I did not have a good feeling about that. How did you feel? I don't know if you caught any of the show last night. Everybody was talking about Kai Wei Tang, and oh my God, this Kai Wei Tang, what a great outing he had on the weekend. Oh my God, he's going to turn this thing around. And oh my God, you got to go Wednesday afternoon. We'll be okay. And I'm thinking, you're hanging your hat on Kai Wei Tang? Holy crap.
He needs to go back to SAC.
Minor league pitcher. I saw him pitch last year, and I thought, geez.
I didn't watch him pitch last year.
I saw him play in San Diego against the Padres. Ironically enough, he didn't do well there. So, anyway,
how's Tidwell doing down in the minors, and do you think he gets a September call up?
I'm not really sure. I have
Tidwell's actually pitched decent down there. I
Anthony?
think I've watched him pitch a couple times, watching a couple River Cat games. So he might get called up here very shortly.
What's your thoughts on that, though, Anthony? Do you think we should be just calling guys? You're out, so do we just fill the holes with young guys, see what we got? And I might add, I got Robert standing by to come in. I knew all I do is yell out his name, and he comes running. I don't want to see Eldridge up. I don't want this to
not Eldridge.
be a mistake.
I don't want him exposed to this toxic waste pit that the Giants have going on right now. I don't want him exposed to it.
Perfect. Anthony, heading into the weekend, you get Tampa, and I've said on shows before, I don't know if you or Armand or any of the guys here have heard me say it, I think Tampa is the up-and-coming team. They are good. What do we have to put together as far as a lineup this weekend? What do you change going up against and I said it before, Anthony, you're going against Tampa 3 games this weekend. You've lost 13 out of 14 at home.
I don't know what they put together. It's like I definitely don't think Devers needs to be hitting in the 3 or 4 hole. He shouldn't be hitting second. And the bottom of the order is like, I don't even know what the hell you do with that. It's just been putrid.
Yeah. Yeah. And they can't seem to get anybody, the bottom of the lineup has a game where they hit, the top of the lineup doesn't. And then when they all hit, the pitching's in the toilet. It's a combination of and did you see the beautiful throw today?
Yes.
That they called it a 30-footer. I thought it went more like about 17 feet. But Ramos, he gripped it and he ripped it. Did you see that?
Yeah, he caught it. He was standing on the track, threw it. It maybe went 10 feet from where the track meets the grass, and then it rolled probably 150 feet until Adames eventually caught up to it. Yeah. It went across the outfield back towards behind second base.
Yeah. And somebody texted me during the game. I was watching the game, except when I had to skip out. I mentioned earlier I had to go to the post office at one point. I missed about an inning and a half. So I saw the play. Every team's going to face issues during a game, and it's how you respond. So they said, well, look, they lost 11-1, but look at that ball. It hit second base, and it bounced away from it. It's one play. One play, you can salvage a game over one, that could happen. That's something that happens in baseball. It's baseball. It happens to either team, right?
Yeah.
So that you can't put a blame on a ball hitting the bag. You could be disappointed if it's extra innings, the bottom of the ninth, but I mean, dude, this one was over early. And again, Kai Wei Tang, he's not our starting material. I'm sorry.
He didn't have it from the get-go. Like you could tell, he was all over the place. It was like a bird shot. It's like bird shot. It's just everywhere.
Yeah. And last night, the pitching coach had to go out after the 47th pitch, and that was only in the second inning. So they were forcing the pitching to throw pitches. I don't know how many pitches they were up to today.
Right through 113 yesterday, and yeah. So a guy that just came off of Tommy John, he allowed to throw 113 pitches. He should be fired he's just trying to get fired at this point. He's just going to hurt he doesn't care anymore about his job. He's just trying to he doesn't care if these guys get hurt. Melvin, he's just letting them out there go and just burn them to the ground on the way out. That's what he's doing.
I like the enthusiasm, although as negative as it may be, Anthony. I like the enthusiasm. I appreciate you coming on the show tonight, buddy.
Yeah. Thank you, Glenn.
Okay, brother, anytime. Well, Anthony dropping by. That was a nice surprise. Haven't had Anthony on. I It's been a long time for me. I don't know about Eric. I got Justin still hanging. Justin is collecting his thoughts. I'll go to line 4. What is it? Line 5. Robert,
Hey, how are you?
you're making the rounds tonight. I
Yeah,
got a bang on the window a few minutes ago from Greg. He says, "Ha ha, I got Robert on the show."
yeah.
Well, I'll have
Well,
to yell down the
I
window in a
wanted to
minute.
support
I'll
the
have to put
channel.
the mic on hold. I'm gonna put the mic on mute. You tell me about that. I'm gonna yell down and tell him I got you on my show. And tell me what you thought of today, because you thought we were gonna do better, Robert. You were talking about Kai Wei Tang. It was gonna be a good day, and then all hell broke loose, Robert.
Yeah. Well, he didn't make the. Today. Today was painful for one. Is they look lost from batting. From a getaway day, like San Diego's getaway day. Yeah, but they looked lost from 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 the first pitch to the last. I don't know if you watched it, Armand, but they swing when they don't take swings like they should, or strike out. It goes the same. It's the same thing. How do we correct it? Well,
Yeah.
how do we correct it, Armand, is they have to realize that there's no more trades coming. There's going to be youth possible coming up soon. We're hoping. But it's the 25 guys and the managers got to put together a lineup and put together a team starting Friday saying, hey, you know what? I'm sick of losing because we're not going to get anywhere. Like I felt bad because I let him down, I let Glenn down today, but I didn't know what Tane. I thought Tane would come out fired up. These
Yeah.
guys aren't fired up.
You're
Like I
around
was
the ball.
talking to Ramos.
No, I was going to say you're around the ballpark, Robbie. The people
Yeah,
don't know. I see you over at Oracle. You got your you got your hand on the pulse of what's going on over there
I'm
in the
trying. Yeah, I'm
ballpark.
trying to get these guys fired up and
How
winning.
do you what's what's today's excuse? What's going wrong? What do we
Well,
what do we
here's the thing too: is Ramos. You can't blame. Yeah, you got to blame Ramos for. He dodged. He did pretty bad today.
He's
Everyone
bad
did
every
pretty
day.
bad,
Bad
but he
every
he does bad every day. But somewhere along the line, you got managers got to say, hey, you know what, Ramos, just take a day off. Adamas, take a day off. Let your anger and frustration let it go somewhere else because the other guys behind you, they want. I mean, we need to see some light. We don't have a light in the bottle right now.
I like the way some people, Robert, some people are in the chat saying, well, what are you guys on about? The Giants haven't been eliminated from the postseason. We're not eliminated.
We're
Uh,
not. We're not eliminated, guys. We're not eliminated till the last out. But hey, you know what? This next series against Tampa, whether we win, we got to win. We're gonna win, we're gonna have to find a way to win. But it ain't Buster's fault. It ain't Zach and Buster really got to sit down with Melvin and the staff and the team coming up soon. They got to just dial it in, figure out who wants to
mhm.
be in, who wants to be out, cut the bad, negative. It's over. Let's focus on us.
Can they make the playoffs, Robert?
Here's the thing you can make the playoffs with. If you go out and beat the
This year.
teams that you're supposed to beat, which we haven't, and we let the teams that were easy, baseball is an even given day sport. You can't control what the past is. You got to control what's now. Right now, we got a day off tomorrow. Let's use this day off as a healing moment for some people. But Friday night, they better. We got Landon Roop coming back. It doesn't matter about. It's about a team game. I want to see some action. I want to see some fire. There's no fire. I
No,
wish
they're
I
not.
could be in that dugout and light some people. I want to light. I mean, shoot.
Oh, I don't think they'd let you or I anywhere near the
No, but I
dugout.
want. I'm a positive guy, but I want to not light them up, but light a bottle, because these guys don't have any energy.
Well, you're Mr. Positivity. I'm more the five-finger fist of fury. I'd be
Well,
losing
I'm
my
just
mind
trying to
over
stay
it.
positive because it's a long season and I love the Giants. I love them. I'll go support them no matter what. I mean, I'm not going to give up my. I love baseball. I wish I can
That's
play it.
that's one of the problems. It's like being an addict.
But
Mhm.
I just
It's a
love the
rough
game.
night tonight, but guess who's going to be at Oracle Park on Friday night, boys?
Yeah.
Me.
Hey,
All right,
Atlanta.
Justin. I want to get Justin in, give Justin time to say hello again and see what he's talking about. There he is. All right, Justin.
So I'm looking at the wild card right
Uh-huh.
now. Tampa is 6.5 games out of the third wild card, which is held by the New York Yankees. Uh, right now the Dodgers are up 5-4, but that could change because the Angels have the number. However, for the San Francisco Giants, they are 6 games out of the third wild card, which is being held by Armand's New York Mets.
And it will be
So
held by the Reds come Friday.
Uh,
yeah, so Glenn, and you know that I called this last night because I said that Pavetta lost to his former team in the Red Sox, and he didn't have a good outing against the Red Sox, and he's going to come back pissed. Well, he did at the Giants' expense, and
mhm.
can I just say this now? Can I just say this now? And I don't mean to be a Debbie Downer on the Giants fans here, and I think Tampa is gonna take 2 out of 3 from you guys. I really do, and that's gonna and because going into next week, you got a 4 game series against the Padres again, and then you got a
Mhm.
3 game series against the Brewers.
Oh, it's not going to get any easier.
No, and next week is gonna either make or break your season. So
Yeah, I totally agree with everything you got to say. I mean, let's see what everybody else is saying.
And now, another
You
Giant
got Webb
Sports
going
Talk
on Sunday, though. I
Live
mean,
Super Chat.
We got a super chat coming in, boys. It comes to us from Hey Robbie Man 538.
And now, another Giant Sports Talk Live Super Chat.
Okay, he says, I can tolerate losing, but not showing up is another story. Buster's hair is going to be gray in another year. It's getting there now. Yeah, that's the thing. It doesn't look, Rob, when I watch that game today, man, I don't see anybody fired up. It's sort of like they're going through motions there and just like accepting of the fate they're being handed right now. And like you said earlier, who's the guy that's got to get this team fired up?
I think the fired up is going to be have to be a manager, or it's going to have to be a dominant. It's going to have to be somebody in that group right there to say, you know what, I'm sick of losing. I'm sick of losing. I'm sick of losing. I'm sick of losing, and it goes so on. But you can't you can't get anybody if you're not fired up for a game day. I don't know what I don't know. We can't motivate. It's hard to motivate them. We can't. We gotta. They gotta motivate themselves. They gotta depend on each other.
Oh, oh, the phone's ringing. Hello. Well, as a matter of fact, Robbie Dizzle is on the show. Oh, who is this? Oh, it's Buster Posey. Okay. Yeah. Okay, I'll ask him. Okay, thanks. Uh, Buster Posey just called me and he said, is that Robbie Dizzle on the show? I said, yeah. He says, I need some help. Tell me, should I make the managerial move right like now? Do it now. He needs your help.
Here's the thing: you give them one more. You give them. You don't give them. If you're gonna do it, you got to do it now, or you got to wait till the end of the season because you don't want to do it when you're in the high when you're in like the September, because that's gonna show what they did last year to
Hmm.
what they did to Kapler a couple years ago. If they're gonna do something, they should have already done it or invest and say, hey, you know what? We got to bring somebody in. We're going to bring somebody in after. We got to look at this whole picture because if I'm in that situation and I'm losing, I don't want to lose. I want to win,
Yeah.
and I want to
Yep.
find somebody in that organization. I want to win.
We got Justin, we got Armand, who are in the show, along with my pal Robert. Robert, because you are kind of the voice of the Giants around here, part of our programming at Giant Sports Talk Live, one of the mainstays in our chat. Big fan of the show. Uh, I'm directing some of the questions to you at the moment, and for another question, I've got to ask you if Buster Posey, about a month ago, you may recall, sort of gave the manager a pat in the back. He's my guy. Don't worry. And this was when they were pretty much down and out at that time too. Was that a mistake? How do you give your manager a pat on
It's
the
a
back when
mis-
he's not doing well?
it's a mistake. It's a mistake, but it was a challenge to say, hey, you know what, Melvin, you got to get this team going, or we're gonna end up saying, hey, you know what, you can't. We're gonna bye bye.
Well, that's what I would have said. I would have sat him down and said exactly what you said. Time to turn this around, or there may be some moves
But
in
it
the
can't
off.
be. I mean, the thing is too is the players gotta want it. The players gotta want it more than what's going on. I mean, if you're not in tune in the some of the problem too is the lack of up and down with the lineup thing. Just stick to one lineup. I know Ramos is gonna probably be lead off some games. Fine, he's gonna be a lead off. But if he wants to,
But he's
if
not a leadoff hitter, Robert.
he's not a lead off hitter, we understand that. But if it doesn't matter where you are, you still got to be perform. You can't just go out there and say, well, well, I struck out today. Let's see what I'm going to do tomorrow. You got to want it more.
Robert, let me ask you that. Well, who came up, whose decision? I never heard anybody ask this or talk about this. Whose bright idea was this to all of a sudden say, Ramos is our leadoff guy? Ramos, you're the leadoff, you up there, number one. Whose idea was this?
Well, here's the thing, though. You got to look at analytics, what they do. For one, you got to look at analytics, and you got to look at what their numbers compare to what the pitcher is, because that's how you can tell. Like John Ho Lee, he would let off for one game, couple games this year. Now he's back in the 7-0 because he's not hitting. Like they're not hitting. They're not hitting as a team. Period. But what I feel, what they need to do, they need to put somebody challenge to have to say, hey, you know what, Cos, you're gonna be at shortstop today. Adonis, you take a seat, breathe, do your thing, come back, and they're gonna have to start getting these guys days off.
Hey, Robbie, I got a question for you.
Yeah.
Okay, so obviously, Willie Adames is returning to Milwaukee next week for the first time since signing with the Giants. We've been seeing reunions lately this season. Rafael Devers hit a home run against his former team in the Red Sox. The Giants won that series. Bregman hits 2 home runs against the Houston Astros. The Red Sox lose that series but win the season series. How do you think Willie Adames is gonna, do in his first game back in Milwaukee since coming over to San Francisco?
Well, if I'm him, I'm worried about. He has to, one, be ready. Two, have some emotion because he's going back. Three, you gotta want to be. You gotta want. Yeah, you're going back to where you came from. I want to beat them. I don't want to say, hey, come back on a long plane ride and go, hey, you know what? I just showed up in Milwaukee against my old team and just got slapped in the rear end.
I
No, we
like it.
can't. Even though things change, even though I'm probably not 100% right, but you know what? I want to win. I want to beat the guy. I want to beat the team that traded me because we, as a group right now, are showing there's no fight. There's no, everybody wants to point fingers at, Posey's not doing his, Posey is going to do what he wants. They're going to do what they want. But what I would tell Buster and Adamas should tell Buster, hey, you know what? I'm going to help you in the offseason, but I want to get you to where you can compete for 9 innings. We got to have
And,
some competitive. We
yeah,
can't
and you
go
know
down
what?
swinging.
You're talking, Robert. You're talking about going in, and Justin. You're talking about going in to play Milwaukee. That's next week. That's after we wrap up our longest. Isn't this the longest homestand of the year, Robert?
Yeah.
Longest homestand, yes. You started with the Washington Nationals. You
Yeah.
continued on with the San Diego Padres, and you're finishing off with the Rays. And then you begin your road trip with 4 in San Diego and 3 in Milwaukee.
Good God! And Milwaukee just scored 12 today and beat the Pirates 12-5. And Armand, I haven't forgotten. I see you up there. Don't fall asleep on me.
No.
Unless this is a comeback of monumental proportions that we're going to have a whole lot of fun talking about on the show because we've got you here tonight. It's Atlanta 11, the Mets 6, bottom of the ninth. 3 outs away from closing that deal. They're talking. You know, you heard Robert, my old pal here, and he's a big Giant guy, and you can hear he exudes the positivity, and I like it. But you got to keep it real, Armand. What do you think? What hit on some of the things that Robert has talked about? What do you think it's like in that dressing room over there in Flushing? Do you think there's a lot of giddy up and go in this team? They're obviously falling short. And they got some talent. It's not like they don't have good players.
Yes, we have good players.
Get some
I just
pitching.
feel like this lineup has not been a team lineup. It feels like just a bunch of individuals going up at bat for their at bats. Like last year, as you compare last year's lineup for when they went on the run to this year's lineup, last year's lineup they felt like they were taking team at bats, next man up, making you always say like get the next guy up to get better pitches. This is just they just feel like they're up there doing like individuals. And the pitching has been atrocious. The starting pitching has been atrocious the second half of the season. Like I said, they can't get out of the fourth inning. The fourth inning is like their Freddy Krueger. It just becomes a nightmare. Tonight was a disaster between David Peterson and Reed Garrett. 5 walks, 9 runs in the fourth inning for Atlanta. To top it off, to get the 9 runs, they hit Michael Harris hit a grand slam to dead center field.
I like that. That might be the quote of the night. A group of individuals taking at bats. That sounds like our team, Robert. How come? Is it the same over in New York with the Mets, Armand? I was thinking today when I was watching the Padres, they get a couple on, somebody comes up, hits a double, cashes them in. Or you get a runner at first, they go first to third on a base hit, next guy hits a home run. There's always the next man up mentality.
Yep.
Giants get a couple on, and that's you know how many times I see the Giants get a guy on third with none or 1 out, and they can't score him. All I'm thinking, nobody out runner third. I'm thinking, just hit a fly ball. Hey, just hit a fly ball. I'll take the run. Give up the out, get the run. Sacrificing. It's baseball, and they can't score a run. Oh, it kills me.
I think it was either yesterday or over the weekend. The Mets had no outs. There was a runner on second. All I asked was for Jeff McNeil to bunt the guy over. Oh, Pete Alonso hit the base hit, and now Jeff McNeil flies out to center field. 1 out to go. I just said, Jeff, bunt him over, get the guy at second to third with 1 out. What happens? Strikes out, and they just strand the runner at second. They don't do the little things.
Speaking of little things, on the fence post, he says the Brewers swipe bags. That's a real team. Now, Rob, how long has it been since we had a base stealer, for God's sake, in our lineup?
We haven't, that's the problem, too, is we have no run game. We have nobody that, with our guys that if it doesn't matter what what lineup. Like it doesn't matter. Like we don't have guys that in the front that get on that can steal a bag. I mean, we got guys that can steal a bag, fine. But if we're not gonna steal a bag, why we can't hit and run because no one, they get into a double play, pop out, pop out. I mean, last night we had bases low. We can't score.
You know, baseball is supposed to be fun. These guys getting a lot of money. They're having fun. They call it manufacturing runs, Armand. They call it manufacturing. That's a picture of the guy who's got to get up and go to the factory all day. He's wearing the hard helmet and, back breaking work. They're manufacturing something. Baseball, you got to manufacture. You don't just go up at bat and, a couple on, it's a guarantee. Our problem is it's never a guarantee. We're not working hard enough at something. We can't get bunts down. We can't run. And I'm just afraid this team. I wish for once that this team, as an organization, would have just had the sense, and I said it to Eric last year, instead of signing guys to long-term contracts, suffer the pains, the growing pains of building something from within. And in 4 or 5 years, you've got all your young talent. Now, it doesn't always shape up where everybody is going to be successful. But if you build from within, you're gonna come up with your own talent. You're gonna build guys. We keep signing guys. We've got Devers, Adames. I mean, we practice other than first base. We got our infield for the next 6 years, 7 years, 8 years. Why can we not just develop all our players like Houston did? Or I see Tampa's doing a good job, a hell of a job of it this year, bringing up guys.
Yeah, and Tampa is actually winning against the Athletics right now, 6-2 in the 7th.
Yeah, 6-2. They're in the top of the 7th to lead off the top. So yeah,
that game just.
But I think
Atlanta won.
Yep, 11-6 final. Sorry, Armand.
Armand, I got a question for you. How do you think the Mets are going to fare against the Seattle Mariners this weekend with Game 3 being a Little League Classic on ESPN?
Oh, I don't know I don't know. Justin, don't get them all worked up.
You want answers? You can't handle the truth.
He's going to tell you like he feels. Go ahead, Armand.
Right now, I feel like we're going to get swept. And I know Eugenio Suarez has been struggling since he got traded back to Seattle. This might be his breakout series this weekend. He might have. I'll use Sunday night baseball because it's at the Little League. He might have a 4 home run game.
I've fallen.
Okay, but
and I can't get up.
I can't believe you, Armand. Armand. This is your team. I want to remind you, this is your team you're talking about, Armand.
Hey, who wanted the poo-poo platter?
You're poo-pooing on your own team. Talk about are you throwing it? Is that it? You're out? You're throwing in the towel or what?
I'm throwing in the towel on this season. I don't think they're making the playoffs. Cincinnati, you're going to see the NL Central have 3 teams in the playoffs. The Brewers as division champs, the Cubs and the Reds as wild cards.
Armand has just thrown in the towel. Armand has just thrown in the towel.
So I say this out of respect there, Armand, because I respect you and your team. So pretty much you're saying that you don't think you have a chance of catching Philadelphia in the division.
No. The starting pitching doesn't hold up past 4. The 4th inning has become a nightmare for our starters. They don't get past the 4th inning or even the 5th inning. Outside of David Peterson and his start tonight was garbage. He had 4 walks in the 4th inning. They brought in Reed Garrett with the bases loaded, because of David Peterson, and the 2 of them combined to give up the 6-0 lead in the 4th inning.
Reed Garrett? Did you say Reed Garrett? Oh, wait a sec. Wait a sec. That wasn't Reed Garrett. Sorry. No, we can't all have one of these.
Okay, so I pretty much asked this last night on the Giants side. Armand, I'm going to ask you this on the Mets side. If the Mets don't make the playoffs, which obviously right now you're saying that they're not, what do the Mets got to do in the offseason to make them a playoff contender for 2026?
Okay.
Well, from the coaching standpoint, they got to fire Eric Chavez and Jeremy Dorns. We need a new hitting coach. I would prefer a former ball player. Maybe that's J.D. Martinez. Hell, maybe that's Mark DeRosa. I know before they hired Mendoza, I was looking for them to look at Mark DeRosa for manager for the Mets because I look at what he did in the WBC and managing Team USA. If you look at that roster, that was a bunch of stars on Team USA from the Mike Trouts of the world on down. And if he could handle a team of stars, I believe Mark DeRosa could handle, being the manager of the New York Mets and handling New York and being here with Lindor and having Soto this year. I wouldn't mind Mark DeRosa being the hitting coach. I would look at a former ball player for hitting coach next year for the Mets. Secondly, from a player acquisition standpoint, you have to go get a top end starting pitcher. If you're an ace of a staff, you're not getting traded. The only ace that's going to get traded in the offseason, in my opinion, because he's going into the last year of arbitration, so he'll be after that next season. He's going to be a free agent. I think the Detroit Tigers are not going to sign him. I think Tarek Skubal is going to be traded.
Armand, we're not done with you just yet.
And now, another Giant Sports Talk Live Super Chat.
This one's for you, Armand. This one is from, let me see, it is from Mark, another of our good New York fans. Another friend of the family here at Giant Sports Talk. The Mets team is horrible in fundamentals, has zero chemistry. What are your thoughts on that statement?
Spot on. I mean, we have stolen bases, but we don't do hit and runs. We don't do anything. Like, Mark is spot on. Fundamentals are bad. There's no chemistry.
It looks like Mr. Met. Looks like Mr. Met there in his avatar. It looks like he's looking for a miracle. He looks pretty sad.
Okay,
it's
and
a bunch of individuals.
And Armand, I asked this same question about Bo Bichette. Let me ask you.
Host. I'll be back.
No, I'm not trying to take over. Oh well, okay. I'm not trying to. Oh well, there you go. There. Glenn. I asked this question about Bo Bichette. I'm gonna ask the same thing. You said that the Mets could look at a possible trade for Skubal. What happens if the Tigers win it all this year?
That doesn't factor in. It's all about money. If they're not going to pay Tarek Skubal.
True. And Glenn, I'm not trying to take over the show.
I'm only giving you the gears. Senior wants to talk about fantasy baseball. Anything we talk about on this channel pretty much is fantasy at this time of the season.
So if I'm David Stearns, I'm calling up the Twins about Joe Ryan and Pablo Lopez.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, I don't know if all you guys saw earlier today, the Minnesota Twins, the Polak family, who owns the Twins, put out a statement. They are not selling the team, but they are adding 2 minority groups to ownership. And of course, Twins fans have crashed out because the Polads are known to be one of the worst ownership groups in baseball.
Yeah.
Well, I got to hand it to you, the Mets fans out there, all of you collectively, because the New York Mets at least have an owner who is willing to spend and isn't happy unless they're a winning ball club. He can't be happy either right now, Armand. But unlike San Francisco, where I think there are 33 owners. I mean, how do you get the job done when there's 33 bosses? I mean, come on. At least you got that. A guy who's willing to spend money, Armand, he can rebuild this thing pretty quick. He's tried. Yeah. He's tried over the year. What was it, 4 or 5 years ago? He went all in on the pitching, the Scherzers, and Verlander. He went after anybody who was a veteran, and that didn't work. He went and got Soto. I'd still take Soto in a heart. People are crapping on him. I wish we had him. He'd be popping the ball into McCovey Cove.
They got Lindor, who's having Alman, would you
He's
think
having
that
a-
Lindor is having a somewhat of a good season?
He's having an okay season. That broken toe when he got hit in L.A. at Dodger Stadium when he got hit by that pitch. That broken toe has
Oof.
that his season has kind of been up and down. He didn't take off. The Mets should have given him rest. They should have put him on the IL at least for 10 days
Yeah.
because of that broken toe. But he is a warrior. He wants to be out there. He wants to play. Like they have to force him to play DH if he DHs a day to give him like a half day. It's the same for Alonso. Alonso's had 1 day this year where he DH'd.
Hey, you know what? It's that time of the show, guys. I got to interrupt. I know you're having a whole lot of fun, Justin, but I do have to take control of the show back. And I want to say hi to everybody over at Mojo Breaks who are in contact. Mojo Breaks is interested in a sponsorship. They love the show. And we'll be talking more about Mojo Breaks coming up in future shows. Do want to say thank you to the sponsors we have. Justin, when you're in San Francisco, you better support our sponsors. Same with you, Armand. I know, Robbie, you always support the sponsors here at Giant Sports Talk Live.
Giant Sports Talk Live, brought to you by Lefties in Burlingame. Visit Lefties for all of your Giants collecting needs. By GenesisGoldIRA.com, Signatures for Soldiers. Duxwell Printing, for all of your printing needs in the Bay Area. Visit Duxwell Printing at 37 Wentworth Place in San Francisco. And by BetterCreditCards.com. For the best credit card choice for you, visit BetterCreditCards.com. Covering the San Francisco Giants nightly online. We are Giant Sports Talk Live. Now, back to Eric and Glenn.
All right, Robbie, put the hat back on, buddy. Put the hat back on. There you go. He forgot he was on the. He forgot he was on the TV. There he goes.
I just want to say I'm not trying to take over the show. I just got like a bad habit of taking over because where I host a baseball show on my Facebook group page, I have a bad habit of doing that. So I'm not trying to take over, buddy.
No worries. Hey, listen. While I collect my breath, we just had our commercial timeout. We're in the 7th inning stretch of the show. Justin, tell the folks a little bit more about your show.
Okay, so it's Bases Loaded. We do this every Wednesday on Forever Boston Sports, which has over, I think, 20,000 people in the group on Facebook. We're doing this all-time teams lineup. We've done 5 of them so far. We've done Red Sox, Braves, Yankees, Cubs, and Tigers, and it's a lot of fun and. Yeah, we just basically talk about baseball every single Wednesday. We go over the scores, we go over the standings, and sometimes we give positive opinions about stuff, and sometimes we give negative things about it. And Glenn, I'm telling you right now, we did not talk about the Giants today.
Yeah, and I must have missed the email. I didn't get my invite there for the show, so I guess I'll keep wishing and hoping. But they can check you out. Check out that show. Robert, I know I can check you out. You're going to be over at the ballpark this weekend for some Giants baseball. Or should I say, are you all excited to go see Tampa Bay?
Well, I love being at the ballpark no matter what. We're seeing friends, hanging out with, people around Sports Talk Live, people around. But, I'm excited because it's another chance. It's another chance to win. We got an off day tomorrow, whether they use it or don't use. I mean, some people are going to use it to, they need to get back off their feet because you don't have another off day until you get back from Milwaukee. So,
even though we're a group of individuals just taking at bats, Robert refuses to give up right now. You're refusing.
I don't want to give up because it's not over until it's over. Like we've been down. Like the Giant. Like this pretty much can be over. It mathematically can be over, but I don't want to give up on my. I don't want to give up on my team. I mean, I'm not giving up. I mean, I love baseball, but they're not gonna. They shouldn't give up either because They're only 5.5 out. They got a long way to go, but they're only 5.5 out. And the Braves, and they can turn it. If they get on a run, they can turn it, but it will probably become late, but they can turn it. Only reason why I say they can turn it, because you got some hungry minor leaguers that want to play that can, change positions. Ramos wants to play. I heard Ramos today. He goes, "Oh, put me in right. Don't matter who you're gonna in the outfield. You want to play."
Yeah.
He looked like crap today. So what? Brush it off.
Yeah, but we've been
Shit.
doing that for months now.
No, but I'm saying his play at the, brush it off. Don't be pounding on yourself in the dugout.
All right, Armand, talk to me, buddy. If you're a Met fan like yourself, and obviously the season hasn't gone quite the way you had hoped, although you're throwing in the towel, what about the rest of the fan base? Are they feeling the same as you right about now? Robbie talks about us being only 5.5 out, but that's a big 5.5 out when you start getting into the middle of August. You're 5.5 out, go back where he talks about gaining ground. You can go backward in a hurry in the dog days.
From what I've seen on Twitter, there are some people that agree with me that this team is not a playoff team. This team is not good.
Well,
I don't think they've thrown it. I don't think they've thrown in the towel, but I do think they believe that they're not a playoff team. I'm throwing in the towel. Like, I would take the Cincinnati Reds pitching over our pitching.
Wow, you heard it here.
I look at what Hunter Green did today against the Phillies.
Yeah.
I don't have a Hunter Green on my rotation.
Yeah.
Yeah, they beat a Cy Young potential in Christopher Sanchez today.
Yeah. Well, Justin, you had Walker Buehler, dude. I think his time is running short. That guy. Buehler took the loss. Houston beat your Red Sox 4-1 today. All things considered, since the Devers trade, the Red Sox they kind of turned around their season. What do you think of your Red Sox at this point?
I'm not in panic mode just yet because yeah, we lost, but we took the season series from the Astros. So, we got the Marlins, we got the Orioles, and then we got the Yankees for 4.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not saying we're gonna win the division because it's the Blue Jays to win. I'll just be glad to get the wild card. That's all. And if we lose in the first round, hey, at least we made the playoffs. That's all I care about is making the playoffs. I don't think we're a World Series contender just yet, but I'll just be happy to make the wild card.
See, Armand, Robert, here we're doing a Giant Sports Talk show, and it's the Red Sox fan at this point in the season who's got a little enthusiasm. I didn't see that coming. Got to turn it around, Robert. This weekend, hopefully, we can bust out with some hits, some runs against Tampa. They're going to be working the base paths. They got a good hitting team. I just want to see a little more pride in their game. I've seen the late night Seagulls at Oracle Park.
Yeah,
they got more distance and angle when they take a crap flying over in the 8th inning than that throw by Ramos today.
I got it on my shoulder.
Come on. Yeah. Jeez, I didn't know what to do. It's like a guy who's got his fly open. I said, Robert, I just want to let you know you got bird shit all over your new coat. He's like, Jesus.
Can I give you some Mets stats right now?
Hey, you want to get some stuff before we get out of here? Go ahead. Oh, before they do, Robert. Gee, I got too many people here, Robert.
No. I want to ask our mom something.
Okay.
So your remaining schedule, you got Detroit, you got Cincy, and you got Philly, and then you got the Rangers at home and San Diego at home. You guys got to take it one game at a time. We all got to take it one game at a time. But those series right there, that this coming August, where you guys got the Nationals and you got the Braves are going to probably play some pretty good ball. And I think if the Braves can eliminate some of the other teams that they play, I think you guys will be okay. You guys are a good team, You guys are good. I'm a baseball fan, but I'm a Giant fan, but you guys are good. You guys are a good team. The only thing that you're pitching wise is because you have Monta. You got some guys that are gonna come and go. I mean, Montas is back in the bullpen. Well,
He
was he a starter?
stinks. Yeah,
Yeah,
he was a starter. He's always been a starter.
yeah,
Tonight
but
was the 27th. Tonight was the 27th blown lead by the Mets this season.
oh, I know that.
27
But it's
blown.
just like you got to, but you can't take tonight's loss and say. I mean, you're. I know that you're a diehard fan. We're all diehard fans of our teams, but they'll turn it around once September comes. I guarantee it, and they'll
They
push one
won't.
of our guys. I'm just saying because I'm a firm believer of baseball. I love the game. I want the Mets to get in because I want to push those other teams out. I want to push. San Diego could go on a losing streak too.
All right, Robbie, thanks for coming in tonight, buddy.
Well, thank you for having me.
You know, you're always a friend of the show, and you're always welcome, buddy.
Yeah.
And I'll see you at Oracle Park this weekend. Armand, the only problem I have, I love the guy. He's my buddy. But you can't will. It's like I said to Eric the other day. I said, you can't will wins into existence. You can't will them into existence. September's here. We're going to start winning. I just don't see that.
I don't.
And I don't see it happening for you either, my friend. It ain't going to happen for you either.
Look at what he rattled off our remaining schedule. Philly, Atlanta, San Diego. Texas is no walk in the park. Like,
Detroit.
they might not. We got to go to Detroit. That's I know they've been struggling a bit, but even if we miss Scooble, I don't trust our starters against that lineup. Like I said, outside of David Peterson, no, he's like the only one that's gone past 6 innings outside of tonight.
And here we are. We're 59 and 62. 59 and 62. 3 weeks ago, we were a dozen games over 500, and now you mentioned. We got Tampa Bay at home. Then we're going out on the road. We got San Diego. And we got Milwaukee. I mean, I just I think people are kidding themselves if they think we're bouncing back and some And
let's not forget.
You've heard of the famous hockey call? Do you believe in miracles?
Yep.
This would be greater than that. I mean, we don't have it. After an 11-1 step back. You're just joining us. Tonight lost 11-1 today. That's why we don't really, I don't know what we're even talking about.
Here's another Mets stat. June 12th, the New York Mets were 21 games over 500. Now they're 64 and 56.
See how it changes, man. And how do you turn that around?
The pitching the starting pitching has to step up. I don't know what they're going to take, but you can't, the bullpens can't get taxed. Like this day and age, it's all about the bullpen, especially for the playoffs. You can't tax your bullpen in August and September.
Poor Eric. He's talking about you win with pitching. Our pitching's in the toilet right now. You win with defense. Have you guys seen any of the if they had such a show as This Week in Baseball still on television, it would be the comedy segment. The number of bad plays we've had in the past. Three guys trying to field a ball in right field on a pop-up. None of them get it. Then that throw today for Ramos. I mean, it's a comedy of errors. And you add insult to injury, you got a team who just can't hit and can't run and get runs in. I mean, it's a total breakdown. This team is flawed from the top down. I don't care what anybody says.
And Glenn, you mentioned that schedule. Tampa, San Diego, Milwaukee. Let's not forget, San Diego, because they're playing the Dodgers this weekend, the San Diego Padres could very well be first place going into that San Francisco Giants series come Monday.
Who knows? And I don't know about you, Armand, being over on the East Coast, I never count the Dodgers out of anything.
I don't either.
No, I never do. I never do. They're going to get, the fact they're still, look where they are right now with no pitching. They won a World Series last year with basically no pitching.
No pitching.
So the fact that they're still, in the conversation, and sitting where they are, it doesn't lead me to think that they're going anywhere in a hurry.
And in a hypothetical situation, let's say the Padres did win the division. Do
Yeah.
you really want to? Do you really want to bet against the Dodgers in the wild card round? That might motivate them more to just turn it on.
Dude, I bet you there's not a Giant fan in here tonight who can forget 2021.
I would never count out the Dodgers because I know how good Mookie Betts is in the playoffs because I've seen him with the Red Sox. I know how good Freddie Freeman is in the playoffs because Armand, you've seen him with the Braves. So, and then of course you got Shohei Ohtani, who in his first playoffs last year was unbelievable. But we also got to remember they got a guy out there named Teoscar Hernandez who used to play for the Blue Jays and is a Gold Glover out there If San Diego somehow either wins or plays in the wild card, no, Dodgers to me, they're going to the World Series, and you know what? It very well could be a Dodgers Blue Jays World Series.
Blue Jays. Woo! There you go. You heard it here. Justin, I'm going to get out of here shortly. Appreciate you coming on, buddy.
Yeah, no worries. And Glenn, good luck to you guys this weekend. I'll be rooting for you as a Red Sox fan.
Appreciate that. We are going to need it. For those, I've been watching a little Tampa Bay ball all season long. I got some other players in my fantasy league. Dude, they're just an exciting team to watch. They got speed and they're young and they got guys with pop in the back. I've asked Eric, I've asked guys in the chat, Armand, you've heard us talk about it. I don't know what the identity of the San Francisco Giants is. I just don't know what their identity. They look old, they look sluggish, they just look flat, boring. Use whatever adjective you'd like to throw in, but they just look too vanilla, plain.
It kind of feels to me, because this is coming from just a generalization of baseball with the analytics, the walk, the strikeout, the home run. It feels like the Giants are trying to be that. And Oracle Park, from when you look at it on TV, and you've been there, it's a very big ballpark, especially the outfield.
Center, 415 feet to center.
You should have a lot of guys that maybe not home run power, but gap-to-gap power for extra base hits.
There you go. And that was what Wilmer has. That's what Wilmer has. And I'll ask you, maybe I'm running out. No, I want to take this a little further with you while you're in here. Now, you as an outsider, you hear me talking about Wilmer Flores, who, by the way, ironically, was a former New York Met, solid ball player. I continually have to beat him off like mosquitoes. The fan base were like, oh, get rid of Wilmer, trade Wilmer. I want Wilmer on our bench, and that's it. Wilmer was producing. There was no problem with Wilmer Flores till they took him out of the lineup. And now we're going to move him to first for a couple of games. And he's back on the bench. Wilmer was smooth as a hot knife and butter. Smooth as could be. Things were going great. Until they started moving things around a little bit. Like I talked early in the show about that tornado that blew in. And it's got to mess everything up and tear things apart. I don't understand why this organization continues to try to reinvent baseball.
It's just analytics. They're trying to reinvent baseball all the time, and it sucks.
It does. It really does. Give me the best. Give me my best. Give me my best 9 on the field, Armand.
Listen, I'm for analytics, but I'm for it as a tool and not the Bible. Not the be all end all. Like, Wilmer at the beginning of the season, like you were saying, was being most productive, and he should have been an everyday player. Whether he was your everyday DH or whether he was your everyday first baseman, even after the Devers trade.
Yeah. And why does it take an outsider like yourself, Mark, for example? Another Met guy knows what he had when Wilmer played there. Wilmer gives you professional at-bats. But yet, if you ask the average San Francisco Giant fan, It's either Wilmer who? No, we don't like it. Wilmer doesn't. He's not that sexy ball player. You know what I mean? He's just not that
Yeah.
sexy ball player. He's not. He doesn't. He's not a home run hitter like Dave Kingman. He doesn't have any speed. And you know what? When the guy's lacing singles and doubles and driving in runs, why are you bitching and complaining about? Oh, he can't stretch a single into a double. Who gives a shit? Who cares? Look at his stats.
As long as he got the guy in, that's all that matters.
You know what? I've tried to talk to people. I've tried to get them on board. I'll give one thing. I don't know if you know this guy. On the fence pose, he says, we all need Chandler Simpson. That's the guy I said. I drafted him in our fantasy league, and people didn't know who he was. And I kept him on there all year, even though he'd been down in the minors. Chandler Simpson can steal you over 100 bags a year, and he bats 300. And then there's been the talk of Quan, and I thought Padres just, what was it, Miami fleeced them for a rise last year. I don't think, and I don't know how your Mets are falling into this, but this comment, but I think the Giants are close. But guys like on that list, a Simpson, an Arise, a Quan, unique quality ball players. And we don't have a quality right fielder. Right now, I don't think we got a quality left fielder, to be honest. We got a lot of holes. I don't know who's the DH from one game to the next. I don't think the Giants do. They don't know.
That's going to be an interesting story for the offseason. Is Devers the everyday DH or is he the everyday first baseman? Because you have to choose what he is, so then you can make a decision on Eldridge, whether he plays another position in the minor leagues, whether maybe you call up a team like the Pirates, maybe you try to get Steens, maybe you try to get a top end starting pitcher, and maybe it's going to cost you Bryce Eldridge. But everything is going to fall between Eldridge. It's going to fall in line with what's the decision on Devers. Everyday DH or everyday first baseman.
Be an interesting offseason. See what kind of angle, which direction they do go, Armand. Same with your New York Mets. I mean, there's going to be some more change. They're not finished. There's going to be more changes over there. I just want to see the San Francisco Giants show up, looking good. And, it's one thing to lose, but when you lose 11-1 and you lose 13 out of 14 in your home ballpark, the last 14, they've only won one. 1 out of 14. I'm not. I know you're thinking Glenn's just making that up. I'm not.
No,
it's true. It's like they all took a Benadryl on Monday and just slept through this whole series.
Since June 13th, the starting pitching for the Mets is ranking at the bottom of the statistics. It's like close to between 25 to 29 at the bottom of the pitching statistics, the starting pitching for the New York Mets.
Giant Sports Talk Live, guys. 11-1, the Padres beat. Didn't just beat them. They humiliated the San Francisco Giants today. Giants 59-62. Lost 13 of the last 14 at Oracle. I've been harping on. And according to Armand, the Mets, the Giants, a group of individuals simply taking at-bats. Does that sum it up?
Mm-hmm.
I think that sums it up for tonight. Armand, thanks, buddy. Thanks for coming in.
No problem, Glenn.
And tune in Friday. Friday could be make or break for the history of this channel. I don't know what we're going to do about Eric. Better be a big win on Friday night. Tune in. See for yourself. See you there. Okay, buddy.
Good night.
Yeah, night, bud. All right, there's Armand over on the East Coast. Up late. Sticking with us a little, past his bedtime, needs his beauty sleep, as do I. No wisecracks intended, but hey. Yeah, a little worried. Let's see. Eric's not coming back till we win, apparently. I don't know if there's any truth to that rumor. Eric, if you're out there, come on. Come back to roost. Come back home. We need you back here, buddy. Hopefully he'll be back on Friday night for another edition of Giant Sports Talk Live. On the X, on the Twitter, whatever they call it these days, YouTube, wherever you wherever you call Giant Sports Talk Live home. And Friday, let's see, we got an off day. Get an off day tomorrow. You won't see hiding her hair, Eric. I know that. I'll be on the missing list again tomorrow because with an off day, we're going to get set for Friday. It is Tampa Bay Rays 58-63 against your Giants 59-62. Joe Boyle, 1-2, 382 ERA, the righty, up against Landon Roop, back from the injured list. Roop 7-6, 500 pitcher. His ERA, not bad though, 3.11. That game is a 7:15 Friday night start. I'll be wearing my orange jersey. I'll be cheering on the team. I'll be watching Chandler Simpson as well. Hoping, hey, if he has a good game, give me some points in the fantasy. I'm not complaining. But join us after the game. Hopefully Eric makes his return. You can join us. We should be on the air somewhere around, I'm calling for 9:30 to 9:40, 9:45 on Friday night. Hopefully we can just snap this little schneid we're on. Get back to our winning ways. Giant Sports Talk Live. Thanks all our sponsors, and thanks you for tuning in for what has been a monumental night considering an 11-1 loss today over at the ballpark.
And now, Giant Sports Talk Live. Here are your hosts, Eric and Glenn. You've been watching Giant Sports Talk Live with Eric and Glenn, a Northern Lights Entertainment Broadcasting production.